Hi, this is Human Essence, and in today's video, I'm going to be speaking about the testimony of Wendi Adelson in the first trial of Catherine McManaway and Sigfredo Garcia, and specifically the testimony when she was questioned about why they were referring to Dan Markel as Jibbers. And the answer that Wendi gave in that trial struck me as disingenuous. She said something about being afraid of him, and this lightened it. So she did that so she didn't have to feel so upset. And by using the name Jibbers with her mother, it made it more, easier for her to talk about this. But in light of Donna's emails and in light of the general tone of things, I think this name was meant to mock Dan Markel and to humanize him, to make him something less than what he was. And by using that, if we just look at the evidence that's not in dispute, it would have been a lot easier to move out and take this stuff and just leave divorce papers on the bed to Jibbers, some person that you're not seeing as a real person, than it would be of the person you'd loved, but now the marriage is over and it's sad and this is going to impact your children and both of you for the rest of your lives, and it's a real person. That's harder to do, but Jibbers, it's easier to do that when you're mocking somebody. It's also easier to do things when you're saying horrible things about whether they should be alive or not and thinking that that's funny. We see that also in the Shanna Gardner case where she's talking with a friend in text messages about Jared and making fun of his weight and so on and his health. Makes it easier to do unkind things when you dehumanize somebody with nasty names and talk about them as if they're not a real person. We also see that Wendi had even convinced, Dan, not only Dan, but her friends, Jane and Jeff, about how horrible Dan Markel was. So she was speaking about a fictional character, not about the real man. We also see that in the trial of Charles Adelson, she has very much changed her tune. Not only is she not referring to Jibbers, now she has his picture on the wall, and she has her children say goodnight to Abba every night.